I'm Armin, and I'm a dating coach. It all started back in Iran when I was 7 years old. Back in 1997, at an early age, I noticed there was something odd about talking to girls. And not because I was a young child, but because every single time I spoke to a woman, I noticed that the boys around me would make fun of me. They would embarrass me. They would put me down. They would make it seem like I was doing something evil. And I just couldn't understand, why are they doing this? It wasn't until I came to America where I realized the distinct difference from my country and here. In Iran and also the Middle East, there is no co-ed school system. Boys and girls are separated until they get to college. But in America, the school system is co-ed, which gives you a first glimpse to what it feels like to talk to the opposite sex, which is really important for your growth, because talking to not just boys but also girls allows you to build a keen sense of emotional intelligence, because you get to talk to different temperaments, different personalities. And obviously there's a different way of thinking that women have versus men. And you get to experience this at a young age in America. But in Iran, we didn't have that privilege. So what ended up happening is, when I came to America, I had a really difficult time making friends with girls because the boys around me would tease me. There was this invisible force, this resistance in not being able to talk to a girl because of this insecurity I was feeling about what other people were going to think of me. So what ended up happening is, I went throughout my school years feeling this discomfort, feeling this resistance. And what ended up happening is, I shied away from making friends with girls. I did something that a lot of people do, and it's wrong. Instead of digging deeper into why do I feel uncomfortable? Why is this wrong? I did the opposite. I did the easiest thing anybody could do: walk away. Walking away because you feel uncomfortable with something is only going to hold you back. And that's exactly what it did to me, all the way until I turned into my teens. And in my teens, it got even harder, not just because of puberty, but it got really hard because the exact same resistance that I felt when I was a kid was happening again, except now we were teenagers. So what I realized is that, how is it that I'm still experiencing this discomfort 10 years later? I thought it will magically poof, disappear, and suddenly I will have this confidence over myself. I will have this conviction. But that wasn't happening. And the reason was really simple, but I just didn't understand. The reasoning is because I was allowing this feeling to affect me. I was allowing my mind to be corrupted by this conditioning passed around from other insecure people. I was taking their reality of it's weird to talk to girls. I was taking that reality and I was making it my own. So my whole outlook in life was that I can't talk to girls because it's weird. And when I do it, I get made fun of, and I don't want to feel that way. So therefore, I'm not going to talk to a girl. But what ended up happening is, as I grew older, I got really sick and tired, and honestly, I got so frustrated that I just snapped out of it. I started having this mentality of, I don't give a crap. And having this mentality, although it could do a lot of good for you, it could also do a lot of bad. And in the next video, I'll explain in why that can be bad for you in having this toxic mentality. So what happened is that this corruption in my mind ended up making it even harder and harder and harder to make meaningful relationships with women. And even through my frustration, I didn't have somebody to tell me, Armin, this is what you need to do. So not having a wise mentor to teach me on what is right, what is wrong, I went through a lot of trial and error, until eventually I did meet a mentor along the way who opened me up and allowed me to reach my potential. But before then, it was a struggle. And a lot of us go through this struggle day in and day out. And unfortunately, a lot of us don't ask ourselves, and why am I even going through this struggle in the first place? Why does this even need to exist? And if there's anything I can do about it? If you don't ask the important questions in your own life, nothing will change. Just like myself. In my teens and even my high school years, if I didn't care about myself, if I didn't want to improve and become a better person, I would get to this day and still won't even know how to talk to a girl. And that is just not acceptable. I could not accept having a life where I'm too fearful to talk to a girl. That is ridiculous. So I urge you, if you have had any type of upbringing that made you distance yourself from women, ask yourself why. Why do I feel this discomfort? Why am I walking away when I want to talk to a girl? Ask yourself that question, and I promise you, you'll get a lot closer in getting a girlfriend than not, just because now you're taking your own journey and you're doing something about it. You're not just sitting in the sidelines anymore watching the world move, you're moving with it. Now, if you don't know how to get started, I offer a free 30 minutes consultation call where we're going to dive deep into what is it that you're struggling with, what is your goal, and a customized game plan to allow you to reach your goal as efficiently as possible.